The wind howled through the empty town of Ravens Hollow, rattling broken window panes and whispering through the hollowed bones of what used to be life. Marla had barricaded herself inside the abandoned library for 3 nights. The silence outside was worse than the groans. Tonight, though, something changed. It started with a knock. Not the banging fists of the infected. No, this was polite. 3 gentle taps on the library's wooden front doors. Marla froze, shotgun in hand, eyes wide. No one knocked anymore. They clawed. They shrieked. They tore. Another knock, then a voice, soft and human. "Please, let me in. I'm cold. I'm alone." Marla's heart leapt. Someone survived? She crept to the door and peeked through the cracks. A little girl stood in the moonlight, barefoot and shivering, her face streaked with dirt and tears. Marla hesitated, but the girl looked up and whispered, "I don't want to die out here." With trembling fingers, she unlatched the door. The girl looked up with hollow eyes, too hollow. Her mouth split into an unnatural smile, and from the darkness behind her, dozens of eyes glowed in the night. They weren't knocking to get in. They were waiting for someone kind enough to open the door. Marla barely had time to slam the door shut. But the girl's hand was already inside, skin cold, fingers like iron. Marla screamed and fired her shotgun. The blast echoed through the library, shredding the girl's arm clean off. She didn't flinch, didn't scream. Just stared through the crack with that same hollow smile as more figures emerged behind her, limping, twitching, dragging themselves forward. The sound of shuffling bodies grew louder, a wave of death crashing toward her. She shoved the door with all her strength, kicked the arm free, and threw the bolt. Silence again. For one long moment, only her panicked breathing filled the room. Then, tap, tap. Tap from the back door. Marla spun around. Tap, tap. Tap from the windows. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap. The library was surrounded. She ran, knocking over shelves, racing for the basement. She locked the trapdoor behind her, sealing herself in darkness. Above the groaning began, the sound of wood splintering. Glass shattering, they were inside. She backed into the corner, clutching her last shell. Then came the voice again, calm, innocent, from just behind the basement door. "Thank you for letting us in." The trapdoor creaked, and Marla realized too late they never needed to break in. They only needed someone to believe they were still human.